caps back on there. Now for this look, as I mentioned, we're going to use Victorious Cream Shadow. And for the cream shadow, all of them, I highly recommend a cream shadow brush. This is a synthetic brush, and it was made for this product. Victorious is matte, and there are plenty of shimmers as well. And I found with the matte, you just put some product on your brush. Found with the matte, if you press it rather than spread it, it goes on better. So we're just gonna pat the product on our eyes. And you know, this dries to a powder finish as well, so you don't have to worry about being super careful, because we're gonna blend all these colors together anyways. You know, makeup doesn't have to take an hour. It really doesn't. And if I wasn't talking through this video, I could probably do this in 5 to 7 minutes. So something to give some consideration to. I am not a makeup artist. I've watched a lot of videos. I've played with makeup since I was a little girl, and I really enjoyed it. But you just kind of learn tips and tricks as you go along. So that was it for that. For the Victorious, it's a pretty, pretty color. Victorious. Some folks use this on their lips as well, underneath as a base to their lipstick. You can mix it with the splash and make the colors a little lighter, so it has a lot of different things that you can do. This next color is called Faithful. It's a darker brown, and we're going to use this in our crease and as our mid shade. Now, I've noticed with the Splurge shadows, they look a lot darker in the pot than they really do coming out. They can look a little scary, but they're really not. So these colors are buildable. So just put a little bit on your cream shadow brush. And we're going to go on the outside, and we're going to bring it up into our crease. Again, more patting than spreading. And this will dry, and we're going to blend it all at the end. Just a little more product for this side. Looking in my mirror over here, so I'm not trying to not look in the camera, but it's hard for me to see in the iPhone. So I have a nice big mirror right next to it. I like to go a little bit above my brow bone. My eyes are just a tad hooded. And I also want people to see the color when my eyes are open. What's the use of having a crease color if people can't see it? Just trying to even these out a little bit. Colors are buildable, so it's always good to start with just lighter coats, because you can just always add to it rather than trying to pile it on all at once. So we're going to let that dry for just a minute. I'm cleaning off my brush. I have like a cloth on my lap. You should always clean your brushes off in between colors, and I highly recommend you wash them probably every other week. The Younique brushes are fantastic. I wish I had bought them all at the beginning, and I didn't, and I bought them in piecemeal, and I'm so glad that I have them all now, but highly recommend them. Not necessary, but I do recommend them. So the next thing we're going to do is, actually, let's go ahead and blend this now. I just have a big fluffy brush. This is not a Younique brush. This is just a Studio 5 brush that I ordered off Amazon. I like the big fluffy ones for the Splurge cream shadows. I find that it just blends these a little bit better. Now, can you guys see the difference? That's blended. That's not blended. This is just a nice light look. Okay. Then how we want to finish this look off is, what we want to do is we want to go in with our angelic. So this is a mineral pigment powder, and the name is Angelic. This is a great highlighter color for under your brow. You can even use it on your face if you choose. Now with the mineral pigment powders, what you want to do is you want to flip them over and you want to tap. And what that's going to cause is that's going to cause the product to come into the lid. Because it's like a shaker top. It's like a salt shaker. You can wet this with rose water if you wanted a little more shimmer. And another day I will certainly do that to show you the versatility, but I'm really just going for a light look today. I'm gonna take the my shader side of my liner shader brush, and I'm just gonna dip it in. Which here what you want to do is you want to make sure you tap off the excess, or you're gonna end up with it on your face. And we're just gonna highlight right under the brow. And I'm gonna bring it down here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, right under the brow. Bring it down here. We'll do a final blending. And the other thing I like to do is I like to highlight right on the inside of my eye. So I have a little highlighter brush. Again, this is not Younique. This is just a brush I got. Trying to have a little more control over with it. And I'm just going to highlight right inside the inside. Can you see that? I can see it. And this really helps open your eyes up, in my opinion. I can see this, so I'm thinking you guys can see this too. Just like that. If there's any excess product, you can either dispose of it, or you can just tap it back right into the cover. Close that up for another day. I am also going to use a liner pencil today rather than liquid liner. Again, trying to keep this somewhat light. I'm going to use the color Proper. This is a brown. It looks like it needs to be sharpened. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come under my eye and just bring it about halfway, 2/3 of the way over. We almost want it to melt into the highlighter. And maybe just a little bit up here. Like so. These also dry to a powder finish and are blendable if that's what you choose to do. All right, we're going to go in with our final blending with that highlighter up top here, just a little bit to take away any harsh lines. Now I'm going to use my concealer. You need just an itty tiny bit, a pin drop size. And I like to put it on my ring finger. That might be too much. And the reason I like to do that is I'm going to apply it with my fingers because I feel as though I can heat it up with my body warmth and spread it out easier. So we're just going to do this. And then we're going to pat it where we want it. Now, if we come down into a little bit of a V, we'll make sure to provide proper highlight. And we're going to leave that there for a minute and let, again, our bodies warm up the product. Well, that's going on. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. You don't have to do this. I do find that it helps. You can either use your blow dryer to warm up the eyelash curler, or you can use your hand. You know, you wouldn't curl your hair with a cold curling iron. So I always feel like this is a good step to take. So I'm just going to warm it up in my hand for a minute. And then we're going to go in and we're going to curl. I'm going to curl the other side. Okay, now that this is warmed up a little bit, I find that patting in the concealer rather than rubbing it in, it works better. And I probably put a little too much on. That's how highly pigmented this is. All the colors are. You only just need a tiny bit of product. So it may seem that you're spending more money on product but it's going to last longer than any over-the-counter product, I think, in my opinion. I'd like to do a little bit of sculpting. You can use the sculpting trio, or I also like, when I'm in a rush, but when I want to move things along a little bit and give my face some warmth, I use this beachfront bronzer. I take my powder brush and I go across, because if you can see, there's a shimmery side and a not shimmery side. So you want to get some of both. So we're going to put a little bit of product there. We're going to go up around our hairline, and then we're going to come down and we're going to make like the number 3. So what your goal is to get it under here, and you want it under here. That's going to give the illusion that your cheekbones are higher. Then I'm going to use the, because we're going for the full coverage foundation, I'm going to pat over with some powder foundation. So you can either use your puff brush that we just used, clean it off, or you can also use the sponge. I prefer the puff brush, and we're just going to finish off the look. Lastly, going to take my blush brush, make sure it's clean, and I'm going to put a little blush on. This is the color Sweet. This is a new color to me. It's very pretty. You only need a tiny bit of product. See that? That's it. And even that might be, again, too much. Just a little bit, and we're just going to put it up on our cheekbone towards our ear. See the difference? Again, just a tiny bit of product. Just going to pat that on down towards our ear, or over towards our ear. Gives us a little bit of color, which is nice. And then, what I'd like to demo for you guys today as well is the lips. And I think I'm going to use just today anyways, I'm just going to use a lip stain. I am going out and about, so I don't want to have to worry about reapplying. And let's see what color we want to use today. Let's use the color Sultry. So what you want to do is you just want to rub in any of the exfoliator, the lip exfoliator that's left. It's going to leave your lips feeling so nice and soft. So this is in the color Sultry. These lip stains are also buildable, so you can put one coat on and so on and so forth. Some folks with this product, or any others for that matter, might have some, I'll call it bleeding. I don't experience that, but if you do, you can use a lip liner if you want. I'm trying to figure out what would be a good color for this one. Probably pouty would be a good one, maybe a neutral type color, but you can add a lip liner as well if that's what you'd like. Looks a little scary in the bottle, but it really isn't. So we're going to start in the middle here. Just thin coat. You just need a tiny bit. And that is it. Easy peasy. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to do a lash video. But this again is our two of our matte Splurge cream shadows in Victorious and Faithful, with mineral pigment powder angelic underneath my brow and on the inner corners. I've done full face coverage with the primer first, Mineral Touch Foundation, liquid foundation. I've then used a Quick Body bronzer to give me a little bit of sculpting. I've used the Moonstruck Mineral Pressed blusher, and then a quick sweep with the Mineral Pressed powder foundation just to wrap everything up. So I hope that was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.